If you're PCSing to JBLM, then finding the right community to live in is key to making a smooth transition. In this video, we're going to show you the top 4 cities that families move to when they are PCSing here. But of course, not every community is going to be a great fit for you. So we are going to dive deep into what each community has to offer, including its parks and schools and recreational opportunities, as well as what kind of home you can get. So let's go.
We are in Yelm. So what is interesting about Yelm is you're about 30 to 35 minutes away from the base. So depending on traffic, could be a touch more, just to let you know of that. However, what's great about it is the rural type of lifestyle, as well as having all of the amenities that you would want in a community, from movie theaters to shopping to everything that you would need. So if that's important to you, then this might be the perfect place for you.
As you can tell, we're at a park, and this is Yelm City Park. And one of the great things about Yelm is you have a lot of outdoor opportunities. And this park in particular has a splash pad, it's got a skate park, it's all kinds of great things. And this is also where a lot of the events happen, which we'll be talking about in a minute. Another great outdoor activity that you can do is ride your bike or run or jog along the Yelm to Tenino Trail. And that trail intersects with the Chehalis Western Trail, which is a 22-mile trail. So you've got miles and miles and miles that you can go. And the biggest outdoor activity you've got is you are really at the gateway to Mount Rainier. And when it's a clear day, not like today, you can see the mountain huge from a lot of the areas in Yelm. It's amazing.
There's a lot of great events going on. Matter of fact, this is empty right now. However, on Yelm Prairie Days, this place is packed full of wonderful people and a lot of activities.
In fact, they not only have vendors and all kinds of food options and everything, they have a parade, which who doesn't love a good hometown parade?
Right.
And they have a mush ball tournament. If you don't know what that is, you should definitely look it up online and figure out if you'd like to participate.
Of course, and then there's the Nisqually Valley barbecue rally. So that's a little bit of a tongue twister to say there. So if you are into barbecue and good eats, then this is a great option for you. One of my favorite things is everybody gets something different, and then you eat all of their food as well. So your stuff is just throwing it out there as an option.
And besides that, there are pie eating contests, and there's an amateur barbecue competition. So if you think you've got the best barbecue, you definitely should participate and see if you win the top prize. So much good fun happening all over.
Another great event is the 5K for the Fallen. This is a wonderful 5K run that takes place to support the military families, and this run is in remembrance of those who have fallen in the line of duty.
And of course, like any good small town, you've got the farmers market that goes throughout all good warm summer months, a little bit in the spring, a little bit in the fall. And you've got a Christmas parade right in the middle of winter. So lots of great community things going on for you to get involved with in this town.
Well, once you're done with all the busy activities, especially through the summer, well, what's going on for the kids at schools? Great question.
So in Yelm School District, you've got all the activities that you would expect from normal school. You've got all the sporting and after school events, but you also got some military-focused support groups, which is fantastic, including the Military Family Life Counselor Program. So if you're in need of extra support, or your kids are, you have that support around you. You also have opportunity for advanced placement courses, and you have special needs programs. One of the things that I think is fantastic is their close connection to the Boys and Girls Club. They have opportunities for parents to have before and after school programs, which I know is really important to a lot of families. And besides that, they have a huge list on their website of all their daycares that offer after school and before school care for your kiddos.
So now you're thinking to yourself, man, that's got a community feel that I'm really looking for. I'm pretty excited about that. What's it going to cost to live here? Well, let's jump into the numbers.
The average price point in Yelm is $485,000. And for that price, you're going to get a house that's about maybe 1,700 square feet or so. If you're hoping to spend less than that, good news, there are good opportunities. There's currently 95 homes for sale, and 40 of those homes are under $500,000. If you go down all the way to around 325 or 350, you can get a manufactured home on a little bit of land, like a quarter acre.
Yeah.
So you have opportunities in the lower price point. But if you want to spend more than that, you have the option of spending more as well. You can get a really big newer construction home in the area, and you can spend all the way up into like, $700,000-ish.
$800,000 for sure. The other nice thing about that is if you do want a little bit of land, there's going to be options for you as well. This is being a rural community. Property, sometimes manufactured homes on like 3 to 5 acres exist, as well as in really nice homes on bigger lots as well. And that's going to sometimes run you up into the $800,000-$900,000, depending on the size of the home.
Yeah. And if you think Yelm is a great fit, just wait till you see what Lacey has to offer.
We are in Lacey. Now, this is a great area. You're about 20 to 25 minutes to the military base, and this is what our military families love about this. It is a little bit of a suburban type of lifestyle. You can have newer homes, newer construction, as well as some really great amenities, for example, like Costco and Walmart. So if those are things that are important to you, let's dive in deeper. Some of the reasons why our military family loves to live here.
One of the reasons why people love living here is because there's a lot to do. In fact, Lacey is connected to Tumwater and Olympia. So out of all the areas we're talking about today, you have a larger area that encompasses it. We can just say that. Lacey has some really great outdoor parks and recreational activities. In fact, we're standing here at one of the parks in the Meridian Campus neighborhood. And besides that, there's Nisqually National Wildlife Refuge, which is a really great park. It wanders out on the boardwalk across the water when the water's in or the water's out. And besides the boardwalk that goes out into the water, you've also got this area that has all kinds of ducks and cranes and birds and all the wildlife that it's known for. So super great opportunity. You've got Tommy State Park, which is really nearby. You've also got other parks like Long Lake. There's a lot of lakes in the Lacey Olympia area, and particularly Long Lake has one of the nicest beaches. So if you like to go out to the lake and have some fun with kids, that's what you got going on in the outdoors.
Good option.
That's right.
Then we also have your community events. There are a lot of things that take place in the community throughout the course of the year. One of the events is the Lacey Spring Fair, which has carnival rides, and it's got live music and vendors. It's really a fun time for the entire family, as well as summer concerts at the parks. At Rainier Vista Park, you have the Fireworks Spectacular. It's got fireworks show, it's got vendors all day, it's got live music. It is a lot of fun for the whole family and friends. And then you also have South Sound Barbecue Festival. So if you are from the South and you're like, man, I'm missing home, we're gonna have some options for you. And it really is a lot of good eats. So make sure you wanna check that out.
We also have great things that happen throughout the year, not just in the summer. In fact, in the winter, they have Huntingmore Park, which just gets all lit up with lights, and they give opportunity for people in the community to participate. So you get to decorate your car and line the park. So you've got all the things in the park decorated and all the cars around the outside decorated. Tons of fun.
So once you're done with all of your partying and events, and you go like, hey, I've got other things to do. Maybe you have responsibilities, for example, like kids. Where are they going to go to school? Well, let's think about that.
North Thurston School District is the school district that covers all of Lacey. There are a couple high schools, several middle schools, and a lot of elementary schools. And the schools do provide support for military families, like a lot of the other communities that we've mentioned today. They have online and in-person resources, including family fun activities and also counseling. Besides that, if you look up North Thurston schools, you'll notice that they have a lot of great programming. They have career and technical education classes. They have college classes that kids can take. They have advanced placement classes. They have a lot going on. So be sure to check that out online and find out if it's a great school for your kids. There's also some unique options for diverse education in the Lacey School District. There's Aspire Performing Arts Academy, which is actually a lottery system. You have to put in your name to get in, but if you have a kid that is into the arts, that could be a really great place for them. They also have Envision Career Academy, which is another way that kids can explore their education that's a little bit different than the traditional school system. And then of course you've got advanced placement courses and special education courses and everything that your kids would need.
So you're thinking to yourself, man, this seems like a great place potentially to live. What's the housing like in that area? So let's find out. What's the housing market? So when it comes to housing in the Lacey area, there's really kind of two parts. There's a little bit of the older area that's from around the 60s, and you have communities that's developed around there. And then we have so much new construction that happens around Lacey. So if you're looking for a new home, maybe it's something that has an HOA with the communities really being really clean and looking a little bit a lot like each other. So you have that type of option as well. Now, what's the price points? Well, the average price point is going to be about $530,000. And for that, you're going to get around a 1,700 square foot single family home. And that's really going to be a lot of your options. And they're going to go up from there potentially, depending on which side you're in. Now, if you want to get below that, you're going to be into the older homes. And in the older homes, you can find something around $430,000. Some of those are going to be a little bit larger lots, but that's going to be definitely in that other part of town. Now, in the Lacey area, there are currently 95 homes on the market. And fascinatingly enough, 40 of those are under $500,000. So there is some really great affordability in this community. That's one of the reasons a military family likes it. However, like with those newer homes, it's going to be in the 530 and up. And that up is going to go, depending at the time of the year, depending on what's on the market, you can go well over $1 million. But a lot of them are going to be tapping out in that 600 to 900 price point.
That's right. And the ones that are in that kind of upper, those ones usually land on the golf course.
On the golf course, yeah, absolutely. So if that's something that's important to you, you will have some options.
So if you like the idea of newer homes and a growing community, you're really going to love what DuPont has to offer.
We are in, I don't know if it's necessarily downtown DuPont, but we are in DuPont. And the great thing about this is you are about 15 minutes to JBLM. So convenience is high on the list of reasons why people move to DuPont, as well as just a really quaint small town feel. So let's dive into those reasons.
As Joe was mentioning, it's such a quaint, small town, all-American kind of town.
Absolutely.
In fact, when you drive through town, some of the neighborhoods, you're going to see flags flying on every single house, which is really great. And they really take a lot of effort in supporting the military community because of the location that we're in.
Yep.
One of the really cool things is that 60% of the police force used to be in the military or is currently on reserve. And they provide some extra services that I had not heard of in any of the other communities here, where if you are deploying and you want to make sure that your family is safe and taken care of, they can actually come and just make random stops by your house periodically while you're gone, which is really amazing.
Beautiful.
They also have resources that they provide for military stress and family support, including counseling services and a veterans crisis line. So really admirable what they do here for the military community.
So you have those wonderful resources from military families. The other great thing is once you're here, you're going to want to get out of your house and explore the surrounding area because the area is absolutely beautiful. It's got tons of parks that you could go adventure on. One of the parks is Powder Works Parks, and I just kind of like it because it's named for the historic DuPont company who used to manufacture ammunitions in this area.
Another one of the great parks that we have really enjoyed is the Sapalachoo Creek Trail.
Yeah, that takes you all the way down to the water. It's really great for kids because there's train tracks that can go underneath and you just kind of walk out like, onto the beach area and you have the water. It's lots of fun, just a nice little hike to do that. Then, of course, there's also Clock Tower Park, and that's where you're also going to have the community events that happen throughout the year.
And there are a lot of them. Like we said, it is a very community-oriented place to live. You've got things like the Independence Day Festival, which is not just fireworks at the end, but you start in the morning.
Hike? Who doesn't want to start the day with pancakes?
That's right. And then there's activities and all kinds of great stuff going on throughout the day, ending with fireworks. Super fun. And we've got Hudson Bay Day. So Joe mentioned the history of DuPont being with explosive. The other history of DuPont is the Hudson Bay Company was here and they built Fort Nisqually. And that was a long time ago. And that wasn't even Americans.
That was the British.
That's right. And Fort Nisqually now isn't here in DuPont anymore. It's actually not very far away in Tacoma at Point Defiance Park. But when they have this Hudson Bay Day, they give all the history and you tour the old site and everything. So that's super fun and lots of information that you can learn about the area that you're living in.
We also have the Mayor's Cup Golf Tournament at the home course. And at one point in time, that was the #2 public golf course in America, which is kind of cool. It's not too shabby now, but at one point in time, it was #2.
You also got wonderful things during Christmas. Of course, all communities have those fun things all around the holidays. And you've got concerts in the park in the summer, and you've got the farmers market happening throughout the warm months, and on goes the events. So if you are looking for a community where you can really feel like you can get to know people and just be around people in the community all the time, DuPont is a super great place for that. Of course, most people want to know what's going on with the schools. So this is the Steilacoom Historical School District, and it is a small, highly rated school district. They have really small classroom sizes. I think their high school has around 750 or 800 kids total, so it's not very big. And it's not just kids from DuPont that go here. It's actually from Anderson Island, which is a cute little island, Steilacoom, which is a cute little town, and some of Lakewood. So it is a great school system. You will find, if you look it up, that they have advanced placement courses. They have opportunities for career and technical education. They have all kinds of great things going on. So definitely check out their website and learn more. Because it's DuPont and they want to focus on military families, they also have some great programs for military families, including counseling and some peer clubs that just focus on helping kids that deal with transition all the time.
So you're thinking to yourself, man, there's a lot of things I like about that community. What would it cost for me to live here? Well, let's dive into those numbers. The average price in DuPont is $520,000, and I gotta let you know that number is a little misleading, and here's why. Now that price point is actually adjusted down because of condos. There's a lot of condos that you can find between $350,000 to $500,000, and that's really holds that price a little bit lower. The single family dwellings, what you're gonna find is a little bit closer. It's gonna be $560,000 to $580,000, the starting point, and for that you're gonna get something that's a little bit smaller, and of course then the prices will go up from there, and they do go up to about the $800,000 to $900,000. You're going to get a little bit larger home, obviously, more square footage, probably brand new or close to it. So it's just something for you to be aware of.
So if you like the idea of living close to posts, but you want to find something a little bit more affordable or maybe a bigger house at a lower price, so you're going to want to know more about Spanaway.
We are here at Spanaway, and the great thing about Spanaway, it is 20 to 25 minutes to JBLM. You know what that means? It is both convenient and, other great news, affordable. So that's one of the reasons people love to live in Spanaway. So we're going to jump into some more specifics as well.
So you can see behind us, we are at a park, and this is not just any park, this is recreational center, and it has more than any park I have ever seen.
It's got something for everyone.
It does. We've got kids screaming in the background and they're having fun on the playground. Besides that, there are baseball fields, there's an outdoor climbing area, there is a fitness kind of adult jungle gym sort of area, there are tennis courts, there is an ice rink, there are basketball courts, there is soccer fields. What else do they have?
Pickleball.
We have pickleball, I think. We said that. We got racquetball. We got everything. This is really the hub of the community. This and Spanaway Lake, and then attached to Spanaway Lake is also the golf course. So this area is where everything
outdoor hub, to say the least. Keep you busy and motivated all year long.
And I would say one of the things that some people may find, I don't know, unappealing about Spanaway is besides this area, it's not like a city, a town. There's not like a downtown area. There's nothing centralized besides this kind of recreation area. Otherwise, it's more like strip malls and just expanding, you know, neighborhoods and things.
Neighborhoods, so for sure.
That kind of gives you a feel. Now let's talk a little bit more about the other activities you can do because, as we said, that's the hub. So there are things that happen throughout the year.
Yep. So one of the things to do is, especially at the holiday time, is the Fantasy Lights, which is a drive-through Christmas light extravaganza would be the right way words. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of displays for people to drive through and kids to enjoy, as well as adults. And speaking of cars, there's a Car Star, which is a classic car and truck show. So if that's your thing, that's a great thing because lots of cool old cars to look at, what people have restored and done fantastic jobs on. So I'm kind of a car guy, so I think those are a lot of fun.
Those happen over at Spanaway Lake. And then back here at Sprinker, we've got ice lights, which one more holiday thing that's pretty cool. They've got lights surrounding the whole ice arena, kind of like a curtain surrounding you, a big tree in the center. And of course, you know, your Christmas music playing as you're ice skating around. But then they also have bumper cars on the ice, which is pretty cool. So,
which is a lot of I-5 when it rains or when it freezes. This is a lot like bumper cars, just to let you know if you're moving here.
Sprinker also hosts a daddy-daughter dance, which is pretty cool. It's for all ages, so I guess all ages means anything. You can go with your daughter that's 5 years old or 15 years old, and that's pretty cool community experience as well.
One of the other really fun things is Touch a Truck. So you have ambulances and fire trucks and semi-trucks and tractors and just anything you can imagine that's a big toy. Your little kids are going to love to go up there, press the buttons, lights come on, scare cats, all of the good things that you can do.
So learning about the school system is usually important to people when they're deciding where they want to move. So Spanaway School District has everything you would expect from a school district, athletics and teachers and all that good stuff.
Building, classrooms, all the things that are
all those things. They also have a few things that are important for the military community. They have some military support system. They have after school programs for kids. They have connections with the ROTC. So if you have a kid that also wants to follow in their mom or dad's footsteps, they've got programs for that. And then for kids that are in high school, you have got like career and technical schooling options. You've also got Running Start.
Yep.
For those of you who aren't from the area, Running Start is a way for kids to do college classes and get some of those out of the way. They also have a really great program for kids that have special needs. I have a client who had a child with special needs and they wanted to move to another house, but they wanted to stay in the school district because they had such great support there. So a lot of great things going on for Spanaway schools. That brings us to housing.
Yeah, because eventually you're going to need a place to live. And what could you expect in the real estate market when you get here? So primarily what you're going to find is homes that were built from the 60s kind of on. And right now there's 130 homes on the market for you to be able to take a look at and see what you're interested in. You will find some of the properties do have a little bit larger space, which is kind of nice if that's something that's important to you. So the average price point is $510,000. And for that, what you're going to get is a newer home around 1,700 square foot.
Yeah. But there are a lot of options for under that. In fact, there are currently 40 homes under $500,000 in the Spanaway area. And that's one of the reasons why people end up coming here, because you need affordable housing and you need more options. So the options are really good. In fact, at that price point, you're going to get a little bit smaller, maybe a little older. I sold a house for $380,000 earlier this year. It was in nice shape, but it was built in the late 60s, but it had a really big lot. So you're going to have some good options if you're looking in that lower price range as well. But if you are looking in the upper price range, there are still houses being built.
Yep.
And so you can get up to, $700,000, even $800,000 if you want to go that high.
Yep.
And you're going to a lot of square footage.
Yeah. And some of that's actually going to be on Spanaway Lake. You're going to have some options on that. And anytime you get any waterfront, the prices are going to go up. However, there is some affordable waterfront in Spanaway area.
Whether it's Yelm's rural feel, Lacey's newer modern homes, maybe DuPont's small town charm, or Spanaway's affordability, all of these options could be what's right. These are the top communities that people choose when they are PCSing here to JBLM.
We're Joe and Charity with the Live Well Home Group, and if you are PCSing to JBLM and would like a personalized strategy of what's going to be best for you and your family, then give us a call on the number below or shoot us a text. We'll set up a time.
And if you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and keep watching.